Hi everyone, it's Rachel from Mike's Camera. I am here to give you a little tutorial on how to set up for live streaming. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I would recommend a slightly nicer camera, and this one in particular is actually really nice for this utility. This is the Sony ZV-1, so a nice little easy to use compact camera. Takes great photos too, so if you wanted a little compact camera to take on vacation or something with you, you can get that for that as well. Also, I grabbed a little Joby 12-inch ring light. Some sort of supplementary lighting, I think, is what I would go with, because typically if you're in your home office or wherever you are live streaming, even like overhead lighting is not going to be enough. You're going to look quite dark and shadowed, and more light is always best. The video quality is going to be so much better if you have even more lighting. That, I think, is super helpful just to kind of illuminate the face. Also, potentially, you may need a slightly upgraded microphone than what is on board the computer already. Plug and play USB microphone, and the computer will automatically recognize it. It is super high quality. It is a podcast quality mic. It also has a built-in pop filter, which is super nice. So if you are like me and you tend to really pronounce the P's in your sentences, this is really nice for that. The built-in pop filter would be super helpful. Also, this right here is from the brand Atomos. It is called a capture card. On one end, it has a HDMI connection. On the other end, it's a USB connection. So you just connect whatever camera you have through its HDMI port. Most cameras have HDMI ports on there, and just get the right HDMI cord. That's very important. This one is a micro HDMI. Some cameras might have a mini HDMI. Some cameras may even have a full-size HDMI. And so depending on which one, this one is obviously a micro because just a micro camera. So here's a little camera. We're gonna piece all of this together, and I will show you how to get it all connected. So see you in just a second. This is the before we have everything set up. This is my onboard microphone and my onboard webcam. This is what you get when you don't have any of the other stuff connected here. Now I'm going to plug everything in and redo it, and we'll show you what it looks like after the fact. So I went ahead and I launched OBS, and you will see the screen come up. Everything is plugged in here. I believe that the microphone is using the correct microphone here. It looks like it is. Hello. Yes, it looks like the levels are going up and down perfectly. So that's great. It's just now we have to get our camera going here. What it looks like you need to do is go to your sources, add a camera here. So we're using a video capture device. That's our capture card. Go ahead and hit OK, unless you want to rename it, I suppose. And then you're going to go to USB video. And now you can see that this is starting the video. So I'm going to turn it around here. And now I am recording with this camera. We're going to hit OK, and I will go back to the Zoom call here. And I need to launch the camera now. As you can see, it is significantly better. It is kind of funny because here is my camera, here is my computer, but
It's so much better image quality, as you can tell. Now, obviously, you can like move your camera around, as you see fit, but I think that this is quite the dramatic difference. And actually, to show my video lady here, like her quality, she's filming on her phone, and it is, a little bit choppier, I would say. Not too bad, really, but still, I think that this one wins for sure. Let me tell you how I achieved this. It is a little bit of a learning curve, so we'll go over it right now.
The settings here, we went over the video capture device, and now we actually want to use the USB video, and that should look like this. Okay, cool. So we got that set. Now, what you actually want to do is you are going to start virtual camera. Go to your settings, make sure you hit source and OK, and that will allow Zoom to then use your camera here instead of like your onboard camera. That way it will recognize it. That's, I think, going to be the easiest way to connect to Zoom. I also was finding that you can hit start streaming, and then you need to configure where you are streaming to. So it had all of these different options for Twitch and Facebook and YouTube, etc. So that is sort of another whole thing, which I'm not going to get into today with this video, but this is essentially like what you can do to sort of get started. I think we have all the right equipment here, and it's definitely going to be a lot better for you in the long run. Now, I am going to sort of go over how to connect a camera using the manufacturer's software with Zoom. So since I'm using the ZV-1, I'll just show you how to connect this camera to the computer. It will, just know it will be a little bit different for all of the different brands, but this is how you do it with the Sony. And this camera, I think, works great as a webcam. As you saw a little bit earlier, the quality is there for sure. There is one thing though you have to make sure with this camera. First off, you go into the menu. I'll see if I can show you here. So you want to go to camera settings 2. It is on page, it looks like page 4, all the way down, USB streaming. You actually want to get that started first before you connect it to the USB. Once that is connected, now we are good to go. We can plug this in. And I already have the Imaging Edge webcam utility downloaded. In Windows, it is not going to show you the program at all ever. You actually just have to go into your settings and find your video output settings and make sure that you connect to the Imaging Edge webcam utility. So I've already done that, and now I will show you here what Zoom looks like. Let's get adjusted here, and there we are. Hello. We did it. We did it. It was actually a lot easier, I would say, using the USB connection rather than the video capture card connection, at least when you're doing the Zoom. I found it a little bit easier ultimately, but it really just depends. I do think though, from what I can tell, the output from OBS was maybe a little bit higher quality. At least that's sort of what it seems like right now. I don't know. I'll have to look at the files later, obviously, but that's what it sort of looks like. I do think that OBS is a higher quality output ultimately, But if you just want it to be like run and gun, you can just do the USB connection. And I found it to be quite easy. So that's what we got here. I think that this is just about all I wanted to go over. If you have any questions, please comment down below and we can get to answering those. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want any other like videos like this, you should let us know. Maybe for different brands, if you want some tutorials for like Canon or Nikon or whatever you use, because basically all of them can do this now. I'd love to do that in the future, so you just let us know. But I appreciate you so much for watching, and I guess we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.